Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today in this particular video, we are going to do the deployment of FastAPI in Heroku platform. Now, if you don't know about Heroku platform guys, it is platform as a service. I've already started this particular tutorials with respect to FastAPI. Here you'll be able to see that I've created two videos. One was introduction to FastAPI and the second video was that how to deploy machine learning models using FastAPI in the form of APIs itself, right? Before going ahead with respect to this particular video, this video has been sponsored by Unacademy. Unacademy has come up with its GATE All India mock test and it will help you to test yourself in the final lap of GATE 2021 preparation. The mock test has been designed as per the new GATE pattern and has a set of 65 questions that needs to be solved in 180 minutes. Not just only this, All India ranking would be provided to the live test takers. The test is free of cost, and if the test is taken live, Amazon vouchers will be given. The test is curated by the top Unacademy educators having a lot of teaching experience. The tests are as per the new GATE 2021 pattern, curated and reviewed by TOP educators, namely Praveen, Kulkarni, Jaspal Singh, Ankur Bansal, Kaiser Hafiz, and Sanchit Jain for our respective branches. The analysis is done by the top educators and this will help you to understand your mistakes and work on them accordingly. If you still don't have an Unacademy application, then you can simply install it from Play Store or you can also enroll on the website. Link has been given in the description. Right? Now, when I was doing this particular example, I'm going to take the same example, and if you don't remember guys, this example was with respect to bank note authentication, right? So I had to provide some 4 parameters into this, okay? And then it was predicting whether the bank note is fake or not, right? If you did not go through this, if you don't know this project, please make sure that you go through this particular project itself guys. The link will be given in the description. It will be very beneficial for you. Now on this same project, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do some of the configuration changes. I'm to add some configuration in order to do the deployment in Heroku platform. Now before that, let me just run this for you, and I'll try to run this whole project in my local. So this is my whole project. I'm just going to run it. So I'm going to take this particular command. If you remember, uvcon app -- reload. Why is uvcon used? You can answer me in the comment section because I've already explained you. So first of all, I'm going to activate my environment and then I'm going to go in that specific path, and I have just reloaded this. Now this is my URL that has been created. Now I'll just go and hit this particular URL just for your remembrance sake guys. I'll just try to show you how it is created. So let me just write it as docs. Okay, this is an error. Okay, so this is the docs, and you could see right in FastAPI we had created this 3 endpoint. One is predict bank note, and here if I want to try it out, these are the 4 parameters that I'll be giving, like variance, skewness, kurtosis, and entropy. So suppose if I say 2, 3, 1, 0, and if I execute it, you'll be able to see that I'm getting this specific answer saying that the prediction it's a banknote. Now, one simple thing about this is that how do we do this deployment in Heroku platform? See, I've already done the deployment in Heroku platform over here. Okay, and with respect to this particular deployment, I will show you what all configuration changes is required and what all things we have to do. First of all, I've already done the deployment, but I'll just try to show you how it looks like. So see, this is my URL, fastapi.herokuapp.com. As you know that for the first time when it is loading, it will take much time because I've loaded after I did this deployment yesterday, and let this get loaded. Okay, now what are the configuration changes that I have to do, that we have to look it out. Now in this guys, the configuration changes will be 2 things. One is you have to specify the requirement.txt. Now in requirement.txt, what all libraries did you use, like NumPy, SkyPy, scikit-learn, matplotlib, pandas, FastAPI. So this is the main thing guys. FastAPI, uvcon I've used, gunicorn also I've used, because I'll tell you why gunicorn is basically required, and UVloop and HTTP tools are basically the dependency of uvcon. Okay, and if you're trying to just write pip freeze with respect to requirement.txt, also you will be able to find out that these all libraries will get automatically coming up. Okay, but right now to make your work easier, I've just written all the requirement.txt. Remember, UVloop and HTTP tools are the dependency of uvcon library. The next thing that we will be having is Procfile. Now in Procfile, for a Flask app, we used to write in a different way, and for FastAPI, we are writing in this particular way. Let's see what all this thing specifies. Okay, we'll try to understand detailedly. So here I'm going to see, guys, the app has got loaded, and if I write /docs, I'll also be seeing the FastAPI. So here it is, predict banknote. I'll try it out and I'll just execute it. So here you'll be able to see that it is a fake note it is saying. Okay, but it's okay. We'll try to do this deployment again for you. Now, what is this all description in the Procfile? We'll try to understand. So first, over here parameter is something like web. So what is this web? Okay, this web is specific to Procfile command convention that will help you identify the Heroku deployment process to start a web application with the command next to it. Okay, so whenever we specify web, this is basically a description. It will help us to identify the Heroku deployment process to start a web application with the command next to it. So next to it is nothing but gunicorn, right? In this gunicorn, what it is a WSGI server to which we are configuring our application to run with the following configuration. So this is basically for the WSGI, but we know that FastAPI actually works on what? Okay, you just think about it, ASGI, right? So how do we convert this WSGI to ASGI? I'll just tell you. Now the next parameter is basically of WS4. Okay, W4. W4 indicates that we need our application to run on gunicorn with 4 worker processes, right? So with 4 worker processes, we are actually working. We can set our own number of worker processes, but it depends platform to platform, and it also depends on the cost, like what we are trying to use. Then the K parameter is basically the K UVCon.workers basically tells the gunicorn to run the application using this process worker class. Now in short, what happens is that this WSGI will be working in the form of ASGI by the help of this particular parameters that we are seeing over here, right? The next parameter is basically app:\app. First app is basically your app file name. So in this particular case, my app file name is app.py, right? So I have this app.py over here. So this is my file name, app, right? The first parameter is app. The second app is basically your FastAPI app name. So here you can see this is my FastAPI app name, right? So these are the configuration that is basically used. Okay, these are the configuration that is basically used, and with respect to this particular configuration, we are going to create our Procfile description. And remember, guys, this Procfile is not txt file. Okay, so please make sure that this file format I'll be giving in the GitHub. Okay, so this is just the command that we'll be using, and one more file that we'll be using is requirement.txt. Now all these particular files, and remember previously I've created app.py, my IPYNB file, all the model training files and everything. Now what I'll do, I'll just go and put this all in my GitHub profile. Okay, in my GitHub profile, I've created a repository which is called as FastAPI, and I've used Procfile. So here you can see this is my Procfile, right? My Procfile is available over here. You can see over here, guys, all the Procfile is available over here, right? Then I also have my requirement.txt file. So here is my requirement.txt file, right? So everything is put up, and remaining all the files that I had, one pkl, one app.py, IPYNB, everything is put up over here, right? Now it's the time to run it. So I'll just go to my Heroku platform, Heroku. So this is my dashboard of Heroku, guys. I am going to create a new app. Okay, you see, you can also do this with command line interface. Command line interface basically means this one. See, if I write Heroku, I can also do it from here, right? I just have to log in. I can also be able to see my logs from here, right? So if I use my logs, and suppose this is my command, this is my app name, FastAPIs, I'll be able to see the logs over here. But right now, let's make the work simpler. If you really want to go into detail of this, I've created many videos like how you should work with Heroku platform. Okay. Now, first of all, I'll create my app. So I'll say test FastAPI, right? So I'm going to create this app. Okay. Test underscore FastAPI. The name should, okay, test dash FastAPI. Okay. So I will write test FastAPIs. Yes, this is available. I'm going to create the app. Now after creating the app, guys, if you want to go with command line interface, you can go ahead with this. Okay, but make sure that you have the Heroku CLI installed. After installing, you just have to write Heroku login, then go inside your project, then do init, and then you can actually do the publish over here with respect to the GitHub repository, then deploy your application using this technique. Okay, so probably I can also make a video regarding this. Just let me know whether you want a video with respect to command line interface, because command line interface is pretty much good. All you have to do command prompt, but you'll just be able to see that how things are happening. Okay, now this was with respect to this, but what I'll do is that I have already have the GitHub connected, but just let me know, guys, whether you want to also work with Heroku CLI. I'll also create that. I'll search my repo name with respect to this, and I have FastAPI. I'm going to connect to it. Okay, after connecting, you'll be able to see that yes, you can now change your main branch, and yes, I've connected. I've got connected. You can see that it is showing connected. If I disconnect, it will get disconnected, and I'm just going to deploy the branch. So now what it will happen is that whatever I have over here, all the files, it will get automatically deployed. Yes, and remember, guys, probably you may be executing for the first time, or you want to execute for your different project. You may face some kind of issues. Okay, it is not guaranteed that you will not face an issue. I also faced an issue, but all the time I have to definitely see the logs. Okay, so logs over here needs to be seen. How to check logs, I have created a video on that, how to debug logs and web application in Heroku data science. I've created this amazing video for that specific purpose. This link will also be given in the description of this particular video. Just try it out and try to see how you have to check the logs. Okay, this is important. Otherwise, if any issues are getting faced, you'll not be able to see the logs over here directly. The build log will come, but again, detailed log, what is the main problem with the code, you'll not be able to see that. So I'll suggest you please go through that and check out like how do you see the logs. Again, the video is given over here. This particular link will be given in the description, right? So let's see whether the deployment has happened. So this is basically my URL that I'm going to see. Probably it should work fine because I've tested it. Whatever errors were getting faced, right? The main errors were coming with respect to these two files, right? These two files were not there in my requirement.txt. Later I understood that these are some dependencies of UVCon. Okay, just to remove this two and just try to do the deployment, you'll be able to see the error. Now see this deployment has been done. Okay, what I'm going to do, if I want to check the logs, okay, if I want to check the logs, I'll go to my command prompt. Okay, let me just clear the screen. I will just use this, and I just have to, first of all, guys, remember you have to do Heroku login. Okay, like this. Once you do Heroku login, it will ask you authentication. Then it will go to your browser, you authenticate it, and you come back. After that, what we do is that in order to see the logs, you just have to change this app name. Right now, my app name is what? My app name is Test APIs, right? So Test Fast APIs. So I will just create this app name over here, and I have just pasted it over here. Now, once I press enter, I'll be able to see all my logs, the recent logs that are happening. You can see that everything is fine over here, you know, and the application startup completed. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on view. So after I click on view, you can see that my code is working fine. And if I really want to see /docs, you'll be able to see that I'm having this, right? And if I try it out and if I execute, you'll be able to see that I'm getting the response. Now this basically shows that my deployment process is absolutely fine. So suppose if I write Krish and execute it, you will be able to see that welcome to Krish YouTube channel, Krish. Like this, I had given some of the basic description, right? So this was an overall idea about how to do the deployment using FastAPI, guys. And I think you like this particular video. Again, the process is simple. All you have to do is that check my deployment tutorials. This will be very, very important with respect to FastAPI, because that is the continuation of this particular project, right? So I'd suggest you just see how to create this banknote authentication, and then in the next part is basically deployment with respect to Heroku platform, which I've shown you in this specific video, right? So I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one and all. Bye bye.